Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew here, aka the Clock Master. So today we're going to be talking about Ms. Marvel episodes 1 and episodes 2. This is going to be a spoiler-free review. Not going to be discussing any spoilers in this video. Episode 1 releases June 8th, which would be tomorrow from the time of this video. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about Ms. Marvel, man. So I did an early reaction about my excitement for it, and I got a chance to re-watch the episodes again, and just kind of get a more refresher, because I saw the episodes a little bit back, and then I decided, I figured I should just rewatch it again because I wanted to do the review fresh for you guys. Yeah, man, I still really enjoyed the first 2 episodes of Ms. Marvel. I think it's extremely fun. I think it really fits her character. It fits the target audience, I feel. But I also feel like a lot of other people can watch this, because we're getting an introduction to a really cool character from the comic books. And yes, obviously, like, her power set's a lot different from what, you know, a lot of you guys know her from in the comic books, and they find an interesting way for me to, I guess, forget all about that. I can't discuss a lot of the details about everything, obviously, but I feel personally, out of the 2 episodes, episode 2 was the one to bring me in the most. Episode 1 was all right, pretty good for what it was, setting up the character, setting up her environment, setting up things that we'll be seeing from her character as you go throughout the show, her family, her friends, her type of mindset, the way how she operates. That's the important part about episode 1. Episode 2 is kind of weird, brings me in a little bit more, and they go into some more different things. So don't expect episode 1 to be this crazy introduction, something like Moon Knight, because if you compare this to Moon Knight and other shows, this is like night and day to like Moon Knight. It's a completely different show, and I feel like it's also extremely creative in a way, because visually it's creative. The way they do some awesome camera work in this. They actually have some long takes in certain shots that I didn't think that they would put that there, but it feels very immersive. You feel like you're actually walking in her shoes, and I mean, or at least you're a fly on the wall for most of what's going on in her life. And I think Ms. does a great job with the character. I feel like she really embodies the character and what she stands for, this fangirl type of character that Kamala Khan is. Now, for some negatives, some people might find this to be a little too, I don't know, young in a sense, just because there's a lot of, like, it doesn't have a feel of like a more serious, mature show, in the sense that a lot of the themes that's happening isn't necessarily dark and gritty and adult, if you will. And obviously I feel like that's by design. You know, it feels like an authentic teenager. It feels like you're viewing this from the lens of a teenager. Like they're not worried about the world. They're not thinking about all this crap. They just have very specific goals. They want to do very specific things and achieve very specific things, right? Like, that's teenager. That's a teenage life, right? So I feel like that's what we get with this. And I feel like that's one of the best things about the show so far, is that we get that feel. It doesn't feel campy, in my opinion. It doesn't feel cheesy. It feels really natural. A lot of the interactions between Kamala Khan and her friends, everything's is really great. And I actually grew up around some of those areas near Jersey City, actually. So I can personally tell you that, like, I liked a lot of what I saw in there. It felt like if I was seeing friends and people that I knew growing up around there, like a lot of the neighborhoods, and like I had people from that area. I've been to that area a lot growing up, so I've been around there a lot. So it felt like I was walking through Jersey City. So I actually really did appreciate that. It didn't feel like it was out of what I would expect to be there. And also, one of the cool things I loved about this too was getting a look into and really fully embracing what it's like to be a Muslim American. Now, I'm not Muslim, but a lot of my friends in that area that I grew up with were Muslim, and they were Muslim American, first generation Americans, and I'm an immigrant myself, so I know what it's like to live that life where you have parents from another country, or you might be from another country and you grew up in America. And I'm from the Caribbean, so there's a lot of Indo-Guyanese people and Afro-Guyanese people in the Caribbean who also happen to be Muslim as well. And there's a lot of similarities that I could see in the way that, like, Kamala's parents would act, and like how, you know, people in my family would act, and people I grew up around, how their parents would act, like certain expectations they have for you, certain types of things they want for you. So it was really cool to see that they brought some of that. Obviously, I feel like some of the I can't relate fully to all of that because, like I said, I didn't grow up in a Muslim household. So there, I did see another Muslim reviewer that I trust. Actually, she said that, you know, the experience was good for her growing up in a Muslim. She felt like she was growing up with her family when she was watching the show, and she was able to see some like jokes that only, you know, people who grew up in a Muslim household in America would understand. So obviously I feel like there are certain things I couldn't relate to, of course, but like there was other things that I was able to be like, oh man, like that feels great, like that feels like my friend's mom, or like that feels like my grandmother, that feels like my mom, or that feels like I can relate in those aspects. So it was really cool, and I enjoyed that aspect of it, especially within the first couple episodes. And I'm not diving too much into that, but like just her environment and her household and her neighborhood and everything like that, I could definitely vibe with a lot of that, and a lot of that was really cool. So personally, like for setting her character up, it was great. I feel like they did a great job with that, and really getting you to understand where her mindset is at and what she wants in life. So it's only the first 2 episodes. I can't say that the series is the best series of all the Disney Plus series. I can't even come close to making that statement. I will say that I did enjoy the first 2 episodes and that I didn't, you know, like them. Now, again, just trying to think about some other negatives as I go along this, because I didn't write any notes for this. I'm just kind of just speaking how I feel, especially just rewatching the episodes again. Like, in terms of negatives, there might be some things missing that people might want earlier on, but like I said, I didn't get too far in the series for me to even make, you know, great statements like that. Again, only Disney only sent us the first 2 episodes, so I can't really say anything beyond that. But I just remembered really liking what they were setting up, and I'm definitely interested to see what they do going forward with the next few episodes throughout the series. And then we will revisit Ms. Marvel, and then I will, you know, we'll reassess and be able to be like, okay, maybe this show is really good or really bad. So anyways, guys, like I said, I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. There's a lot, it's definitely different in tone, it's definitely different in the writing. I do feel Iman Vellani embraces the character, and I feel like she does a great job with playing her character. I love her family dynamic, I love her community, I love her neighborhood, I love her friends, and I love all the stuff that they're trying to set up. I think they're really trying to set up a really interesting a story, especially with her powers. I know that's a main concern for a lot of people, and I can't go too much into what they do with that, but they do set up some really interesting things that I want to see where they go with this. So I feel like, you know, this has the potential to be a really fun show. So yeah, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about the whole show when the episodes release. I know the first episode may or may not drag in a lot of people, but it might, you know, it's very different. So, and I feel like it's different in a good way. It feels like a really different show. It doesn't feel like a copy and paste Marvel kind of vibe. It really feels like a unique something unique is being brought to this. So yeah, I really enjoyed it and hope you guys enjoyed it too. And look out for the reactions. I did film my reactions to these episodes, so as they release, I will be releasing my reactions with them, so be on the lookout for that as well. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Clockmaster